Hey, how's it going? May God bless your life greatly. Before the prayer begins, leave your like, share with someone special, and subscribe here to the Faith Moments channel. This way you help this message reach more hearts. Let's strengthen our faith together. Have you ever felt such deep anguish that it seemed to have no explanation? A silent pain that does not manifest itself in the body, but weighs heavily on the soul, leaving wounds that no one sees? There are times in life when challenges seem overwhelming, when despair sets in, and there seems to be no way out. It is like walking through a dark valley, without direction, searching for relief that never comes. However, there is a real, invisible, but powerful force that can restore everything that has been broken, heal the deepest wounds, and bring light to places where darkness reigns. This force does not come from human solutions, nor from empty words, but from the supernatural action of God. He is present at this very moment, even if you do not realize it, ready to intervene in your story. Your eyes may not see it, your heart may be tired, but believe me, He is working, even in the silence. How many times have you bent your knees in prayer, asking for healing, and the only answer was silence? How many tears have you shed in the early hours of the morning, begging for a miracle, and everything seemed to remain the same? The truth is that God is not limited by our time. He sees beyond, knows the purpose of each wait, and uses every second to work in us. While you wait, He is molding your soul, strengthening your faith, preparing you to receive what He has already planned with love and wisdom. True healing goes beyond the physical. It reaches the soul, transforming the most intimate pain into living hope. Healing is trusting. It is placing every fragment of your pain in the hands of the one who can transform crying into laughter, despair into peace, weakness into strength. Do you remember the last time you felt His presence surrounding you, even without words, just with an inexplicable peace? That presence remains accessible, ready to sustain you, even on the most difficult days. Have you ever experienced the presence of God so intensely that you couldn't hold back your tears? That moment when the Holy Spirit touched the depths of your being, and suddenly, a pain that seemed permanent began to disappear, as if it had been torn from your soul? This is not a coincidence. It is not the result of a momentary feeling or a simple emotion. It is the very action of God. He is not far away, nor absent. He has never forgotten you. On the contrary, He is by your side, very close, speaking to your heart with tenderness and authority. My child, I have already healed you. Just trust. Perhaps you are reading this and thinking that your situation is very complicated, that your pain is different, that your suffering is deeper than anyone else's. Perhaps your faith is shaken, your heart is weary, and all seems lost. But is there anything that God cannot do? He who parted the sea so that people could cross safely, who restored life to those who had already died, who made the sun stand still in the sky in the midst of battle, would He not have enough power to touch your body, renew your mind, and restore your spirit? The healing you so desperately seek has already been released. It is available, accessible, just waiting for you to decide to believe, not with fear, not with uncertainty, but with full conviction that the God who promised is faithful and powerful to fulfill every word. Have you ever thought that, often, the greatest obstacle to healing is not the severity of the problem, but the resistance of our own hearts? How many times have we failed to experience the miracle simply because we are looking too much at the circumstances around us, instead of focusing on the one who has all the power in His hands? God does not require perfect faith or a flawless life from us to manifest His power. He only expects us to surrender our hearts sincerely, even when broken, even when hurt, willing to trust and believe that He is capable of doing infinitely more than we ask or imagine. Faith, even if it is as small as a mustard seed, carries within itself immeasurable power, because when God takes action, what once seemed impossible becomes possible in His presence. Nothing remains the same when He manifests Himself. Mountains move, doors open, obstacles disappear, and what seemed lost is restored. All you need to do is believe, even if it is with a simple, fragile, but genuine faith, because it is not the size of your faith that moves heaven, but rather the person in whom it is placed. Today, there is a special invitation being made to your heart, a call for you to stop trying to carry alone what was already carried by Jesus on the cross, an invitation to surrender completely to the transforming presence of the Holy Spirit. When He manifests Himself, there is no chain that can resist, no illness that can remain, no pain that remains intact. When He touches, everything changes. Are you willing to open your heart to this divine touch? To allow yourself to live an experience that does not depend on human hands, but on the direct breath of the Creator. Human limitations are not barriers to God. He is not bound by what doctors say, by reports and diagnoses. His action goes beyond medicine, beyond logic, beyond what the mind can comprehend. If He declared that you are healed, that is the spiritual reality about your life, even if the tests say otherwise. Even if the voices around you try to convince you of the impossible, His word is sovereign. And today He is saying, with authority and love, it is finished. What needed to be done has already been done. The work has already been completed. Is there a pain inside you that no one sees? A memory that keeps coming back and hurting you? A mistake from the past that you think will never be forgiven? God is looking at you right now and saying, it's over. Enough is enough. I have taken upon myself every burden, every guilt, every tear. You don't have to keep holding on to this. The healing He offers is not momentary, it is not incomplete, it is total, deep, and lasting. It is a healing that invades the soul, that transforms the interior, and it begins the moment you choose to truly believe. You may not understand the means, or even see a way out, but God is already working behind the scenes in your life. While you pray in silence, or even cry in secret, He is moving situations, preparing encounters, raising up people who don't even know you to intercede for you. Doors that seemed definitively closed are being unlocked. Paths that seemed blocked are being paved. A miracle with your name on it is being prepared with details you could never imagine. And at the exact moment, when everything seems calm or even hopeless, He will act in such a grand way that no one will be able to deny that it was His hand. Because when God moves, it is not in a timid way. It is visible, it is powerful, it is striking, it is impossible not to notice. Take a deep breath now, and allow this truth to sink into the depths of your heart. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. The same God who touched the eyes of the blind man and gave him back his sight, who commanded the paralytic to get up and walk, who freed the man oppressed by evil spirits, is present at your side at this very moment. And He is still the same. Time has passed, but His power remains intact. He continues to work wonders. You just need to open yourself up, to allow your faith, however small, to find space to flourish. Close your eyes for a moment, and notice the air filling your lungs. This is not just a biological act. It is a sign that you are still here for a reason. God is still writing your story. He still has plans for you. Healing, restoration, a new beginning. All of this is already underway. You may not see it now, or you may not understand it, but if you keep your eyes fixed on Him and decide to trust, even in the midst of uncertainty, the time will come when you will understand that every tear, every weight, every silence was part of the plan. Everything worked together for something greater. Everything served to reveal His glory in your life. And when that day comes, you will not only witness the miracle, you will be the living testimony yourself. You will not only see the miracle happen, but you will be living proof of divine intervention. Your life will be a tangible testimony of God's power in action. Those who know you, when they look at you, will perceive a deep and true change. Something that is not limited to external or visible transformations, but that comes from within. From a restored soul, a renewed heart, a strengthened spirit. This transformation will be so evident that no one will be able to explain it naturally. It will be something that goes beyond human logic, which can only be understood as the result of an authentic encounter with the Creator of all things. Because the healing that comes from God is not limited to physical relief. It encompasses the entire existence, renews the mind, fills the voids in the soul, and gives new meaning to the journey. Therefore, refuse to give up, even when you are tired. Do not accept as definitive what God is still working on. Do not embrace pain as your identity, nor defeat as the end. Stand up, even if you have little strength, and declare with spiritual authority, Lord, I believe in your promise. I receive, with faith, your healing in all areas of my life, because your move has already begun. And what the Lord begins, He Himself sustains, strengthens, directs, and finishes. Nothing will be left unfinished. The good work that He began in you will be brought to completion, and no obstacle will be able to prevent the fulfillment of what was determined in heaven for your story. If this prayer spoke to your heart, if you felt God's presence through these words, leave your comment below. We want to pray with you and for you. Like this video, so that more people can be reached by this message of faith and hope. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. Morwa. Thank you very much for watching this far. May God bless you powerfully and continue to work miracles in your life. Until the next video.